went right. So this of course why of course telling you about something that's existing around the world and at campus of course this goes to the parents of course it's been discovered that every end of the semester we always have the food shortage the hostels and the whole so conceptualize this in mind that whoever is responsible for any student right within the university, be it Macquarie University, Jambo University, and other universities as well. Take care of these kids, of course. Now your students right basically at the end of the semester, So because we discovered that most of the girls, boys, will suffer a lot, from hunger, hunger is really taking up a lot of people's focus students focus right in class doing the examinations for instance we are across the examinations period but you know that you visit different halls of residence in halls and find out that some of the students really have nothing to eat as well that's because besides eating course or beyond eating we have some other necessities that these students really need, So I'm just appealing to the parents that please try to provide right some points of our, fellow students, column students, and from the university, Makerere, from Choose. But then, one of my friends really recently had to give us the shortage of, food, of course, some of them just run out of, funds. Instead, so conceptualize that in mind, of course and start thinking about nutrition because some people think of if we nutrition for our students no it's not all because there are other things that the students buy right from university not students must data on their phones for research purposes they have to buy pamphlets at some point because they are so at some point I don't know what but then think about their dress code of course she must look good of course have to keep up well provide them nice meat dresses at some points because if a person sits on the hard ground sometimes can't focus of course and is very very important that's why it came out right today as in America to amplify this voice because the parents and whoever is responsible for any student within the university you understand yeah people really provide them with nice points that will connect well to the internet and so that don't there's that hesitate right at some point because it has been discovered that people provide of course for instance lecturers give them coursework you understand and sometimes information is relevant about maybe the tests that are upcoming but if your student doesn't have this communication pathway by lacking a gadget, for instance, a phone, that's a very big problem, of course. They'll be affected, for example, they'll be missing out. You understand? Because getting a retake here at campus is more worse than, being poor even. So it has a lot of course, it disrupts your, thinking as a student and everything that you think about can be effectively, implemented because you really have a retake. So student need for course students rather parents and guardians whether it's concerned be the government of course government must of course provide ways of actually reducing on the prices of food while within the university we have university restaurants but the food is sometimes higher price of course because the Ghana's income per capita is $1 of course yeah so food meaning it should be so at least less than $1 in camps at least let it be like 2,000 you understand the first price but it's two price of course whereby our students will at some point miss out meals you understand so when it comes to health of course we have the universal hospital but sometimes too distant you understand because we should extend the those services from the universal hospital to different halls of residence as well. You understand? Because that goes to the government. And so to redefine existing programs and policies so they can improve on inclusivity so that no one is left out. You understand? Another thing that really our students suffer from are infection, of course, which is as a result of maybe ignorance. Yeah, because sometimes if you don't know how something is spread, it's very hard, of course, to control. So at some point you may find that our students really suffer from that, which is in the long run, of course, affecting their, of course, academic excellence. The CGPA declines as a result of those explained factors recently. So as Uncle Merrick, of course, now just come out and air, of course, amplify their voice, of course, now, because several students really reported to me and told me, of course, how to do this. I had to do it, of course. Now you should conceptualize the life that our students really pass through at campus as guardians. You understand? So don't stop at paying tuition, but think of extra services that these students need so that they can flourish or excel academically. Improve on their health, improve because good health, of course, attracts good, stable minds. You understand? If someone doesn't have good health, because the can't reason why, the thinking capacity, of course, produces right some point. So gotta be, of course, to incorporate everything. Think about our students diversely, of course, now, because if you don't really think about, the person is supporting, then who's going to support them? That's culture, you understand? Because that one makes them susceptible to risks, such as, dating, sugar daddies for survival, because actually, long run, this one is sustainable development, you understand? Because if these people don't have, what sustains currently, meaning they are going to be fatalistic. They're going to live at the moment. You understand? They have to look for surviving within society. That's still competitive. So to that, provide our students or your, girls and boys, your babies, in other words, or with such assistance. You understand? Because you would be, of course, have your students or your children graduating in first class, second class, upper, second grades. Yeah, I remember Uncle America from the best of the best, Macquarie University. Yeah, one of the most people to amplify voice of the marginalized, left outs. Yeah.